Hello and welcome to Anime Dumpster Dive, where we spend our time going in depth on an anime that has been considered trash. And we'll find out if it belongs in the dumpster or if it's a hidden treasure. I am your host and seasoned anime watcher Jake H, and I am joined by my co-host and trashy anime lover DJ,
Hello.
and my other co-host and anime snob Anthony.
Hello.
To kind of give you a brief look into what type of anime we're into, we're going to go around and give a brief explanation of a few of our favorites. I'll start. Some of my favorite anime include Fate Zero, ReZero, and Another. I enjoy a lot of the darker tone shows, but I also enjoy shows such as Shokugeki no Soma, My Hero Academia, and Sekirei, which are more fun. I find myself really enjoying the shows with compelling characters, interesting concepts, and great stories.
Do we have an
Pass.
order of which you want us to go
Pass.
to? Or do you want us to just kind of jump in?
I was
Pass.
figuring one of you guys would jump in right there.
I pass.
DJ's
Well,
passing
because
right now.
DJ's jumping at the opportunity to tell his favorite animes.
No, I don't even know what
some of
animes I like.
I mean, just like everybody else, I grew up on Dragon Ball Z, so that's going to be probably my all-time. That's like the unspoken favorite of everybody. I'm hoping, anyways. But some shows that I've really enjoyed recently are My Hero Academia. I really like One Punch Man, and I have a really strong appreciation for Samurai Champloo as well as Cowboy Bebop.
Really like those action shows.
Yeah, definitely. I tend to err on more of the action. I tried watching the Kiss Kiss Fall in Love one. What the hell
You
was?
mean Or in a High School Host Club?
I mean,
I
or in
thought you
high
guys
school.
loved
also.
that anime.
I personally did not. I did not. But that being
Jake
said,
loved that anime.
yeah, that is Jake's favorite anime.
I watch
Don't
that
let him.
yearly.
don't-
I watch it once a year.
he goes back to watch it. I'd say that I definitely appreciate some of the more like romantic comedy esque. I don't know. I can't really name any
When Harry Met
that we
Sally.
like, but
My favorite
oh yeah,
anime.
yeah.
Really
But
Christmas.
Baka and Test is probably one of my favorites, just because it was so funny.
It's a really great show. I enjoy that one.
Yeah.
as well.
Oh yeah. But again, to Jake's point, I think that Fate Zero and Fate Stay Night are super awesome. So they definitely go on my list.
All right. DJ, you got any yet?
I like Dragon Ball Z. I like Gurren Lagann. I like what's that one? Spirit Gun. That guy.
Yu Yu Hakusho.
Like Yu Yu Hakusho. I like newer animes that I like. I like Yuri on Ice.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Um,
yep.
What were you guys talking about before? There's some. I was thinking of some.
My Hero
What are your
Academia?
thoughts on?
I haven't seen that anime
What are your
yet.
thoughts on Keijo?
Oh, it's
Hey,
amazing.
Keijo.
Best anime ever made.
Anime of the season.
Second to Yuri on Ice. No, Keijo's amazing. Any anime with tits in it is good. So
The
Freezing
truth comes
and
out.
the
Sekirei,
truth
anything
comes
where
out.
they show boobs. Oh, Future Diary.
Oh, Future Diary.
fucking
Oh,
love it.
Really
we
got into
didn't
that
even
one.
talk about Future Diary. Yeah.
That one is like, is my waifu. So that's about it
Okay. So
that I can think of off the top of my head.
all right. So that gives us a little background on us. So our first anime that we're going to dive into is
What's
what's
the show called?
No, that's I said that already. Anime Dumpster Dive.
Yeah, Anthony,
Oh,
you
you
fucking
did? Oh.
idiot.
So
Hey.
Baka.
the way that damn it. So the way we're gonna do this, the format for the show is we're going to watch a trashy show that has been deemed that way from like an anime community, and we'll watch a whole season of that. Every 2 weeks we'll do a podcast and we'll talk about that show. But we'll also talk about a currently airing show that's airing during the season. And
Yeah.
we'll discuss that one about every 2 episodes, since that should line up with how we're watching the other shows. So our first anime takes us into the world of light novel authors and artists. With a colorful cast of characters, we are told the story of Masamune Uzumi, who writes light novels and is partnered with his artist, Uromanga Sensei. Masamune lives alone with his shut-in little sister who never leaves her room, and his biggest wish is to see her face. One day, while Uromanga Sensei is streaming, Masamune discovers something that will change their relationship forever. Let's dive on in to Uromanga Sensei.
Yay!
So Urumanga Sensei is based off a light novel series written by Tsukasa Fushimi, who also wrote My Little Sister Can't Be This Cute. It's produced by A1 Pictures, which has produced works such as Sword Art Online, Erased, and Silver Spoon. And it's directed by Ryohei. His name looks like Takashita, but it's Takashita.
That's what it is.
That's Ryohei.
Ooh, I can Japanese. So
Ryohei Takashita, who worked on New Game, which is a fantastic show. So when I saw that, I was like, all right, maybe this won't be as bad as some people have led me to believe. How about, Anthony, you start us off on your spoiler-free first impressions on Urumanga Sensei.
okay, so spoiler-free first impressions. This was an anime that I found I had within the first couple of episodes. I was thinking to myself, like, oh, what the hell is Jake making me watch? Admittedly, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think it was released in between seasons, right? This anime was released in between two very large releases, which were Dragon Maid and what else was going on during that season? I can't even remember, but I do remember.
No, Yuri on Ice was
That was the season before it.
Yeah.
So, but that being said, I'm pretty sure it came out in between seasons. So for me, this was one that I remember. I think it came up for us as a group that we were all kind of talking about, like, hey, there's this anime going on. Either that or I read something on Reddit that was kind of talking about the anime itself. So I already had reservations going into it, especially just with the name and kind of premise of it. I'd say that spoiler free, though, I don't know. It didn't really do it for me. The cuteness of the overall show was really, I don't know, it was kind of put on the back burner as far as the premise was concerned when you start looking at the actual characters and their relationship inside of the show itself. But that being said, I'm not, giving my whole opinion kind of outright. That's kind of just a first look from me. So
Okay. DJ?
I differ from Anthony in the fact that I had no idea anything about the anime before I started watching it. Not even from the title, because I don't know what it means. Or I didn't know what it meant. I just thought it was, some words. As far as spoilers go, I don't think you can spoil a show where nothing happens at all. But I think it's a cute show. I think it's like a lighthearted little romp. It's fun. They're trying to have a good time, but their good time involves nothing happening at all, ever.
Okay.
That's what I think.
All right. For me, going into it, I heard a lot about how just it was garbage, like just a trash show. So that's why I picked it first for our first episode. And just my first impression of it was, I think it was overblown. Followed by, oh my god, everyone was fucking right. I'd say there's a lot of wasted potential in this show. I feel like there is some good relationships that could have been explored, and
I agree 100%.
Quite frankly, as DJ said, it was a boring overall watch.
I fell asleep twice. It's great to watch before bed, dude. A+. Would watch again.
The main character of Masamune, again without going into spoilers, is just he's the white bread of main characters.
Right.
He you can cut him out and put him into like any situation, and he will. I feel like he would just bland up any show he's in. You can put him into freezing, and all of a sudden freezing would be boring because he's this character who just has no reaction to anything that happens to him, except for anything that's related to Sagiri. Like I feel like people are like talking to him, and he's just like a cardboard cutout, and then Sagiri says something, and all of a sudden this character becomes animated.
Right. Like kind of fleshes out his character. I think that Sagiri kind of brings it up even a couple of times herself. That's that she even says, you're the protagonist of every single.
Yeah, protagonist of a light novel series.
Exactly. You're the protagonist of the light novel series. Like it's just the best way to characterize Masamune. And for Sagiri's point as well, I mean, come on, she fits that kind of role as well. She's this quaint, quiet, tsundere type of character that we all have, and quite frankly are. Sorry, I'm sick of it.
You're sick of it.
I agree 100%. Get all the tsunderes out of anime.
Yeah,
please.
I'm tired.
Whoa.
I'm tired.
Hey.
I am
maybe not all of them.
full on the yandere train.
Almost every time a tsundere character makes no goddamn sense. If you've known someone for that long, like, why are you still like weird bitch to them?
Right.
Why?
Well, that's why certain tsundere characters work. Tsundere characters like Rin Tosaka from Fate Stay Night, Taiga from Toradora, they work. These are characters meeting new people and acting as tsundere.
Yeah, I get that. Like, you're like, don't be nice to me. I don't know you yet. Right. And then as I get to know you, I warm up to you. But when it's like, we've known each other for years. We've been ninjas since we were children. And they're like, I fucking hate you. Don't talk to me. But I really do like you. But I hate you. Don't talk to me.
It's just very convenient, that like we get the blurb of the tsundere relationship between these, siblings.
Also, if they're not children, too.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
you're acting
easy.
like a fucking child.
Oh, easy. Just crank up the age just a little bit. Just a little bit.
When we go into spoilers...
No, I'm not talking about that.
Stuff.
I'm talking about tsundere characters that aren't children, that act like children.
Okay.
So if you're an adult and someone's flirting with you and you go, I hate you, and then over here, like, ooh, I like you. No human does that unless they're 4.
Like I say, while Sagiri, for me, is a bad example of a tsundere, I feel like a good sample of tsundere that's in the show is Elf.
Oh yeah, I agree with that.
Her fucking outfit, Jake.
That's her deal. She's this
I get
nerdy
that
thing.
Japanese people wear Lolita clothing, but nobody dresses like that every day. No one. Okay. Yep. So whenever there's a Lolita character, it takes me right out of the anime because nobody dresses like that every day.
They'd be too hot.
Like,
that's too many layers.
Yeah, there's too many layers. It would be like if you had like a sitcom and then there was a dude who was just like in a tux all the time for no fucking reason.
Yeah, Tuxedo Mask. He was in a tux to fight crime.
No, like a sitcom, and he just wears a tux all the time. He's like, this is the fashion that the Americans wear. Yeah, some fucking times. Yeah,
the Kramer of our
he's
sitcom.
just dressed like a clown always. Like, what the fuck?
Kramer comes in on screen eating a bowl of cereal wearing clown shoes. Nobody bats an eye. This pro whale does. She wears a...
I hate it. Nobody dresses like that every day.
Well, speaking of people who don't dress right, there's Muramasa, who dresses like traditional Japanese all the time.
Like, what is that about?
I feel like...
Oh, yeah, the samurai?
Yeah.
You gotta be more specific here, because I don't know any of their fucking names, Jake. I don't give a fuck about any of them. Yeah, tsundere number 3. Yeah, she's a samurai. Yeah, and she's got taped up fingers for some reason.
I think
she plays a lot of guitar.
It's because she writes all the time, so her fingers are always like callousy.
She plays a lot of guitar.
I didn't understand that either.
Or she works
ridiculous.
a job where she has to do a lot of grinding, and she has to put tape on her fingers.
I gotta tell you, I got a problem. I got a problem with this anime. I got a problem. It pushed the bounds of what made me uncomfortable. And that normally doesn't happen often.
Oh, no. It hit me, too. There were parts where I'm like, why that camera angle? And why right now?
Right.
She's the equivalent of 17.
No.
Yeah, she's 12, right?
Yes, she's 12.
And the age of consent in Japan is 13, right?
In some parts of Japan.
And he's 15.
Okay, I thought he was... Something that I never got clear.
4 years. 4 years older than her.
Okay, yeah, he's 16, right?
Okay, maybe he's 16. Still not that bad. It's not uncomfortable. You know, you got to look at it from a different angle because she's about to be legal. Like, you have to look at it from that angle.
I don't know.
Have you seen the
that.
movie
I mean,
Waiting?
About
how
what?
Ryan Reynolds is deciding whether or not he wants to statutory rape this chick? Waiting. That's what the plot of Waiting is.
That's what Ryan Reynolds' plot of Waiting is. Is that
he's like, should I statutory rape her?
Justin Long's character is not going through that type of dilemma.
And then at the end, he decides not to, and it's like this character moment. No, it's not, Ryan Reynolds. You're an asshole.
No, he's like, I grew as a character. I'm going to wait for her to be 18. It's like, no.
Yeah, no, you're an asshole.
No, you just did what normal human beings would do.
Yeah, I think it's fine. I don't know.
There were a couple of scenes that I
like that part. I like that part about it.
You like that
part because they know what they're doing and they're not fucking afraid to do it.
I'll say
they know who they're marketing to. Come on,
I say this anime definitely knows its audience. If people, because it knew, like, this is written for the people who definitely liked My Little Sister Can't Be This Cute, because My Little Sister Can't Be This Cute, it has that incestuous relationship deal as well as younger characters.
It's not incestuous. They're stepbrother and sister.
That's exactly, like, I was going to say that
it's like Clueless.
Clueless. It's like Royal Tenenbaums.
Yeah.
I feel like that was played up a lot by the community, saying that they're related. But My Little Sister Can't Be This Cute. They're blood related. That's so much worse than this.
It's so much worse.
And so I'm like, our freaking Uramaga Sensei is not that bad in that sense compared to that.
But that is so much worse.
It's just, it almost feels like it was kind of the cop-out that was like, he originally posed this to the production company, was like, hey, how about, I was so successful the last time. And they're like, no. They're related again. And he's like, step brother, sister. How about adopted? Come on, work with me here. They're like, actually, you know what? We'll do this one. We'll move forward.
They're like, dude,
project.
This is Japan, but we're not that weird, all right?
Could you imagine being this guy's sister? Like,
if she's in love with him.
No.
Well, he's writing these stories about little sisters loving their older brother.
That guy.
Yeah.
That guy's sister.
Yeah.
Run away.
I saw a piece of satire that was like The Onion for Japanese manga. That's like the same exact thing. That's like, author's sister refuses to speak to author anymore after producing Aromanda's.
Right? I wouldn't talk to anybody who did that. Unless they were super hot.
All right. So I think we've pretty much gone as far as we can without going into spoilers on the show. So this is where we're going to throw up that spoiler tag, and we're going to go ahead and post a link to when spoilers end. But
Jake, it's impossible to spoil this show.
Can you throw up a picture of Gandalf when we're, and he's like, you shout, and it says,
Yeah, because it's totally a video, Anthony.
We're posting this on YouTube, and we're gonna do other stuff.
Okay.
You silly Billy.
I'll take you through my notes once we
Yes. Let me pull up the notes.
We get to spoilers.
I took episodic notes as well. So anyway,
I fucking didn't.
All right, so spoiler.
I gave up on that shit after the second episode.
Okay, hold on. Spoiler is going up. And okay, let's go ahead.
If you don't want to get spoiled, turn it the fuck off.
Yeah, that's
not that you could.
Not that you
this fucking anime where nothing happens.
Okay, well, I think everyone and their fucking mother called that his artist was clearly Sagiri. His sister.
Horribly
You're talking
managed.
about you're talking about something that was pick up the phone on that one because
it's the final
when you
talk
about talk about wasted potential. I sent Jake a Snapchat because I didn't know yet. He says, and my the artist I've been working with for blah 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 years, and I was like, it's a sister, and I backed it up and sent that to Jake. I was like, you do know her. It's your sister. Yeah. Like immediately, know so fast. It's so obvious. Right. So like with wasted potential, what they should have done is either let us know right away, and he doesn't find out till later. So it's like a dramatic irony thing, wherein like you could have some cool moments where like he's like, but I don't know, and we're like, haha, we know, you fucking idiot, right?
Right, or push the stream further ahead in the series,
Yeah. So it's like dramatic irony, we know and he don't, or just came out with it in the very beginning, just like. He's like the opening sequence. He's like, "What? You're my artist? There you go." Like, God.
Right.
Because it was obvious.
Yeah, the first episode.
Good thing they didn't keep going with that.
Right.
Good thing.
Right. Like they try to keep up with that type of ruse. Like that was ridiculous.
Yeah, that was.
Continuing.
My first note is twist, not a twist,
It's
and that
not a
was
twist.
had to have been before. They revealed it.
Yeah.
The on some of my notes with that first episode, I think. My third note is Urumanga equals Sagiri, obviously.
Yeah.
Yep.
My second note is I enjoy seeing him get hurt.
Yes, him getting hit by the door is my favorite running gag of the first 4 episodes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I was excited.
I don't know anyone by that name because I liked it.
I like that joke as well.
Funny.
And then I have Mom taught me to draw lewd drawings.
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, really quick. Sagiri's mom has the anime dead mom haircut.
Is that a real thing?
That's a real thing. You look that up. It's the braid on the side.
It's like ponytail, yeah.
Every
like that.
Eren Yeager's mom has it.
Oh yeah.
The Elric brothers from Full Metal Alchemist mom has it, and she has it. All dead moms.
Yeah, it's like I learned it from Mom. That's how I learned to draw. And you're like, oh, really? Okay, weirdos.
Yeah.
And then the next note after that, where the fuck is this going? Turns out nowhere. Is the answer to my question. Fucking nowhere.
There are no. One of my huge problems with this anime is that there are no stakes.
Right.
Like
I actually like that.
What, you like that there was no stakes?
I do. I like that there's every anime is about fucking saving the world and shit. It's nice to have an anime that's just about a dude paying the rent. Then again, you can still have conflict and plot in an anime with no stakes, and they decided to have no stakes, no conflict, no fucking plot.
Well, no, I mean, like, he's like, Elf shows up, and for me, Elf saves is the redeeming quality of the show. I'll go more into her later, but Elf shows up and is like, I want Urumanga Sensei to write for me. Let's have a writing contest. And he's like, okay. And then he wins. And he's supposed to be a bad author.
Oh, yeah.
And he wins right away.
Any conflict that they put in gets him. Yeah, you're right. It gets immediately destroyed. Like
either that or just immediately resolved, like with some
it's
just
like,
absurd type of reason.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
Like
she's like, oh, I can't beat you. I'm gonna shred it. What the fuck?
And then he wins the writing contest to get the publishing spot because Muramasa broke the rules, so she got disqualified.
Yeah, so she's like the samurai is like, hey, I love you so much that I'm gonna lose on purpose or some shit.
Yeah, I didn't understand.
That's not very
that
honorable, samurai.
Yeah.
Oh my god, in the spoiler-free part, we forgot to talk about the character I thought would be, for DJ, at least something that he would enjoy, and that was Megumi.
Oh, you fucking tell like my notes get to Megumi, all right?
Okay.
That's the part,
It's right after where the fuck is this going? Is Megumi?
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about Megumi.
My notes on Megumi when she arrives are the classmate !
Yeah.
Happy face, winky face, tongue stick out face. Megumi, A++. And then she says the line about the dicks, and I go, yes.
Yeah. That's where that came from. That's where that came from. The gift that was floating around our anime for a while there.
I like her a lot. I think she's great. She's the only goddamn person in the whole anime that isn't involved in light novels, and then they just rope her right into it. But that's something that the anime needed, was somebody who's not
in that world.
Because it's like, I don't know anything about that. Why I can't relate to any of these people. It's like the world doesn't exist that way.
Right.
That's not realistic. That pulls me right out of it. If you're a dude and you have no friends that don't like light novels,
right,
it's just unrealistic. It's just
like his only friend is the manager of the bookstore and
who loves fucking novels.
Who loves who loves light novels.
Get out of here with that shit. They should have been like Yuri on Ice is a good example. Most of the people ice skate, sure, but not everyone.
Right.
Like there's people who have no fucking clue that there's ice skating going on in that anime. Well,
Yeah, like
What can
Yuri's
you-
dad is like, oh, ice skating's going on, even though my son
Yeah.
does this.
Yeah, it would have been. It would have helped it feel way more fleshed out. To have more characters like that.
And then you
That
say
weren't
that, and then they ditch Megumi for like the whole series.
Yeah, the rest of the
she's
series.
gone.
I thought she was going to be a bigger deal.
I
Definitely
loved
as
her,
it,
and then she was gone, and I was sad. Right after that is where after Megumi shows up is where this little sister, you get to realizing that she's in love with her brother.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I wrote, is this a really slow moving porno, or just the whole series is just the beginning of a porno?
lay the tsundere on pretty thick after episode 2?
Yeah, it turns out it's the second one.
Yeah.
It's just it's the beginning of a porno, and it never goes past that. It's just always the beginning of a porno.
Yeah.
Or the
I will
act
say
bad and the
probably
characters suck. That part.
in relation to the ending credits, I'd say that's probably one of the cutest ending credits
Oh,
I've seen
absolutely. She's waiting
in,
for the
in a
laundry.
while. Oh,
It's
yeah.
good.
Yeah. That's
It's a good ending
That's
and a good opening.
I
A
watched-
plus
good.
opening, A plus ending.
I watch the opening every time because there's that cute little Sagiri dance.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm like,
Oh,
this,
yeah.
this is wholesome enough to get me through the show.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a
Oh, yeah.
cute
Seriously.
show. I like
have a
the
section on-
cuteness of the show.
Oh, yeah. I have a section on how to fix this show. And it will. It honestly will. You just have to pretend while you're watching this entire show. And I want to put that in after the spoiler so we can tell these people how to save this show.
Wouldn't
wrote-
you spoil the show by saying how to fix the show?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Very true. Okay, so the how to fix the show.
I wrote this. The shitty anime this guy writes are better than this anime.
Yeah. Yeah.
Probably.
I have hot lesbian editor! Exclamation point.
I think the biggest thing that I had was that it was just so unrealistic and unrelatable, and this is like
Absolutely.
this is something that, like, okay, put in perspective, Dead Man Wonderland. How do you relate to that particular character? Okay, you can't, because he's in a world where he uses his own blood to attack people. That's ridiculous.
You can totally relate to Ganta because Ganta's like
Exactly.
freaking out, and you'd be like, "Oh my god, I'll
Exactly.
freak out too."
I would do the same exact thing. In this situation, I do not care about Masamune. I do not care about Sagiri. I don't care about any of these characters. They give
Samurai.
me no reason to care about these characters at all.
I don't even know their names, Anthony. Main guy, little sister, Lolita chick, samurai.
Can
Hot
you guess
editor.
which character was my favorite?
Was
No.
Shindao your favorite character? The guy that
No.
they introduced in the last 3 episodes?
Ponytail.
Yep. Should have
Ponytail
kept that
guy?
guy in. Should have kept that guy in. He was hilarious.
I
Those
al-
parts were hilarious.
I also like the joke that Shindo, the other Arthur, thought that Masamune was gay. And so he kept not wanting to be around him because that's how Japan is, I guess. They're like, gay
Seriously.
people freak me out.
Yeah.
And then he's in the hot tub with Ponytail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Gah!" wah." I wrote the final note of episode 2. I hope he gets hurt again soon.
Okay.
Then I have this is what I think they're called. I was like thinking about what if I was to write a review, and I decided my opening line would be, the number one thing this show has going for it is that it's the flagship title in the tsundere incest age play category of animes.
Well,
I agree. I agree.
Well, Anthony, before you go into your how to fix it, I'm going to talk about really quick what I felt the show did great or did right.
Okay.
And that's
I have a list, not to interrupt you, but if we want to all talk about what we like, I've got a love, like, don't like. I got it like separated out here.
Oh,
Okay.
cool. I can contribute too.
yeah. We'll
so.
we'll go ahead. I'll start us off by talking about what we did like about the show. And for me, what I liked was I liked the physical comedy against Masamune. I love the physical comedy there. I love like DJ said, the ongoing joke of I don't know anyone by that name.
Yeah.
I thought Sagiri looked cute, but until that was ruined, like almost every time she opened her mouth.
Right.
Okay, and for me, the absolute saving grace of the show that got me through it and then got me to watch some episodes one after another, and that was Elf, the Lolita chick who got introduced in like episode 3. Oh no, episode 2. She got introduced in episode 2. So she starts off pure tsundere, like she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna beat you. I'm gonna challenge you," and she's the only character for me who grows, because then she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna help. I'm going to usher people
Yep.
in. She has a legit connection with Masamune because Masamune is like, oh, you know, when my parents died, I started reading your books, and that got me through it. So that's a legitimate connection. And then something that pisses me off is that she couldn't be a main character in any anime because she doesn't run away from her problems. She's like, oh, you know, my mom said, I'm going to pick out your husband for you. And he's like, oh, did you run away? And she goes, no, I talked to my mom about it. And I said, no. And he's like, oh. And then she confesses to him, and she drops her real name. And something that makes me mad is that scene, if it was not in this trashy show, would be shared. People would be like, check out this love confession. I think if it was in a better show, it'd be compared to Rem's confession.
And it needs to come in like motherfucking season 3 or some shit.
Yeah,
right.
You have no time to see them like learn to like each other. She's just like, oh, what about getting married? You're like, what the fuck?
Right.
Uh-huh.
Right. I liked their dynamic, but fuck, did it move too fast? Which is classic anime.
Right.
Like, classic 12 episode anime.
Rush the ending.
Oh yeah.
That
particular
drags and the end rushes. Every anime almost. Yep. The beginning drags and the end rushes. It's like it's an epidemic.
You know, and I already felt like most of this anime was, I'm gonna say throughout most of the episodes was kind of like light fan service. Like this was, as you mentioned before, this was an anime that was really made for My Little Sister Cannot Be That Cute, you know, fans. The episode of where she reveals her name to Masamune, and I think it's like episode 8.
It's episode 8, 9.
8 or 9, like exactly where you would want to put hello regular. Oh, let me go ahead and pull out my outline for any anime of all time. Episode 8, yeah, we're going to throw that in. Guess what it's going to be? It's going to be a huge fan service episode, like it typically is. You're like halfway through the entire season. So I hated that, but I agree that Elf's character was something that this show absolutely needed, that they fell flat on. Like, they did not put enough responsibility on Elf, on her character, to help guide that show, you know, through the rest of it. But I 100% agree that that particular scene should have been shared. It was a good scene. I mean, had it existed in any other show, I'm sure that people would have brought that up, you know?
Like you talking about fixing it, like freaking eliminate the love interest of Sagiri and just make Sagiri his sister, and make Elf his rival / love interest, and you could get a show out of that.
Oh, easily.
But
easily. We'll talk more about that.
Yeah, but instead you get this hot mess of every girl loving this guy for no fucking reason.
Right.
All right.
Fucking stupid.
Yeah.
That's the number one problem with the anime, is that when that happens.
Mm-hmm.
So what I liked that they know what they're doing and they're not afraid to do it. They know who their market is, and they know what this anime is all about, and they're right up in front with it. They're like, "What's up, dude? You want this little? You want her to take a picture of her butt? We'll have her take a picture of her butt. We want to have her tie up another chick and take pictures of her panties? We'll have her tie up another.
That pushed me over the edge. I couldn't.
It's fine.
They know what they're doing. Shut it off. I almost shut it off at that point.
They know what they're doing,
nope, too
and
far.
it's never too crazy. It's never too crazy.
I'll talk about why that makes me mad later.
Yeah.
Was it called like ecchi when they take their shirts off?
Yeah, like
it's never never too much, right? It's just like a little bit of teasy fan service.
I want to talk about the finale before we talk about.
Hold on, we're still talking about stuff that we like, Anthony. If you want to throw that in.
Okay.
I like the title.
The title.
Yeah.
Usually anime titles are word garbage. Is how I would describe it. Hot steaming piles of word trash.
Right.
They're bad. They're almost always bad.
You're telling me Death March into Another World is a horrible name?
Yeah. I think it's because this one doesn't have an English translation.
Yeah.
And usually when they do have an English translation, it's not good.
Right.
Like Future Diary.
A certain magical railgun.
Yeah. It's like they're not good. So I like the title. Sometimes it's better to just stick with the fucking Japanese title. If I don't know what it means, that means I won't have any expectation going in, right? I like the overall plot. I think it would work if it was done differently. I think a dude who's writing anime with his little sister that he's really in love with, and she's really in love with him, but they can't be together. I think that would work if it had plot, but it doesn't. I mean, okay, I mean, not the overall plot, let's say, but like the overall idea behind the anime is a good one that would work with themes and plot and conflict, but it doesn't have any of that.
It doesn't.
What I like the low stakes. It's a refreshing thing that they're not trying to save the world. They're trying to pay the rent. I like that they're doing a little bit of a taboo subject. You know, I think people get a little bit drawn back when they see that, but they got to realize, like, it's Japan, so it's different there. You know, like, she's 12, gonna be 13, is like 17, gonna be 18 here, legally at least. And I mean, here you've got like Waiting, where Ryan Reynolds is flirting with an underage girl. You got songs like She's Only 17 by Winger,
Right,
or
right,
Christine
right.
16 by Kiss. It's like, we do that shit too. Like, it's not just Japan.
Right.
We absolutely sexualize underage girls. My favorite part, though, is the detail that they put into light novels. Like, I don't know much about light novels, but I know that they got a real light novel like drawer, like artist, to draw all Sagiri's drawings, which is cool.
Those were good.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah, it comes across like they put some love into making it be a realistic depiction of what being a light novel author would be. And my favorite example of things that don't do that is I don't remember the name of the movie, but there's a movie where it's like a love anime. It's like about two people in love, but the main character dude, he solves Rubik's cubes, and there's many
It's a story about your life. What?
Yeah. But no, it's gonna sound picky, but then I'm gonna explain it, and you're gonna be like, oh, those lazy fucks, right? So there's many times where the Rubik's cubes that are drawn in the anime have impossible cases on them. Like, blue can never be next to green on a Rubik's Cube, right? And there's many, many times in this anime where blue is drawn next to green. So at first it's like, yeah, what a picky asshole DJ is, thinking that that's a problem. But it's proof that they didn't use real Rubik's Cubes as reference.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Really? You're making a Rubik's Cube anime and you didn't go buy a Rubik's Cube to draw a Rubik's Cube? You didn't go buy a real one to use? You didn't look up a picture of a real Rubik's Cube to draw it?
No,
You just free-handed a Rubik's Cube.
I'd say that you're not being picky there, because imagine Yuri on Ice, where the rotations are like the defining between a flip and an axle. If they got those backwards, people would be pissed.
Yeah. Dude, and in Yuri on Ice, the dude who choreographed all those routines skated them too, so they could film, like, audio, like record his skating so they're correct. All the things sound correctly.
Right.
He skated
Like him landing
routine.
and yeah.
He skated the exact routine so they have all the ice sounding correctly.
Right.
And
I mean, for this to
buy
be
a Rubik's Cube, get the fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, I like
it's
that. I like that they put attention to detail in the light novel stuff.
Well, they all, like, adding on to the attention to detail stuff, is there's a ton of references. You'll look at, like, in the store, there's Sword Art Online, there's Spice and Wolf, there's Toradora.
Saw that.
And, like, there's even a part where it's either, I think it might be Elf, who says, like, oh, well, I'm going to become the best light novel writer, and I'm going to defeat, first I got to defeat, like, Taiga and and Kirito, and, like, all these people show up.
Yeah,
and you're like,
shows up. Yeah, it's got a sword.
Which was cool. I mean, it like puts it really grounds an anime that's supposed to be this kind of slice of life type of anime. And I just don't think that they do that. They absolutely do not do that. I mean, my biggest complaint is that for it being in that genre of like slice of life type of feel, they absolutely move away from that in certain aspects where it's just unrealistic. You're talking about a light novel author whose family is mega rich, super rich, unknowingly rich, who knows, because she has her own island. Wait a minute, what? Wait, back this up. I thought that they were just authors. You know, and the same thing goes for Sagiri and Masamune. Like, the fact that the relationship with their parents is something that's not explored at all is something that I feel is just a gigantic cop-out.
It struggles with a huge identity crisis.
Exactly. Like, it's just a cop-out.
Number one problem with the anime.
Yep. I agree.
Like, Bruce Wayne, parents die, raised by this old man, becomes Batman. This is, for that reason, he becomes a character that is so fleshed out for that particular reason. His parents die and is forced into this position that he feels he needs to, who knows, for retribution. I mean, in terms of things, the origin story, it's just not there. It's just not believable. I don't know how easy it is for a 16-year-old and a 12-year-old to live by themselves in current day Japan.
Really easy.
I felt like apparently
I just watched a whole anime about it. It's really easy.
Yeah, apparently, like it. I just know that
Don't even
it was
gotta come out of
just a
your room.
cop out. It was just a cop out, right? You could just stay in your room for the rest of the
You don't
night
even
and
have to
bang on
do
my
anything.
ceiling and make sure that people come feed me. You know, it's just that's probably my biggest gripe with the entire show is that it's just so unrealistic for an anime that's really trying to, succeed in a genre of slice of life. Like that's my biggest thing. So
They brush off the fact that they're living alone together with Masamune saying, "Oh, we have a guardian that stops by, really not ever."
yeah,
And it's like,
which was
come on,
one
that's
line.
lazy. That's lazy.
You're
as shit.
Exactly,
15
that was
years
one
old.
line. That was one line
Or
throughout the
16,
entire
doesn't matter.
show. It
You
was
know what
one
happened
line
if I
throughout the
lived by
entire
myself when I was
show.
15?
You
I'd be
Fucking
dead.
this
Yeah, you
Child
fucking die
Protective
from all the
Services would have been
nudity.
called.
Yeah.
I would be
shit.
dead. That's what would happen.
Oh,
be-
seriously.
I'd ate
You know.
Lunchables and soda and died of malnourishment. What would have happened?
Okay.
And I mean, a couple of things that I think that they do right. I really, I like the progression of the of this overall theme. That's probably about all that I'm going to say about the plot, just because I feel like there was no plot, and it really.
I didn't care about his stupid world's
I didn't
stupidest
care.
little sister book.
Exactly, I didn't care about that fucking book.
No,
That was
no one
stupid.
cares.
That was stupid. But the biggest thing that
By the way, that's resolved in like the 5th episode.
oh yeah.
What are we gonna do for the rest of the 12 episodes? Let's go to the beach.
Yeah, let's go to the beach. And they make 2 episodes for the opiate.
Episodes.
Oh yeah. I love it. It was. Let's say, for instance, that this anime was released during season. This is like my biggest argument for this exact anime.
And when you say releasing, it was released during, I think, the fall or spring season. I wish I would have looked that part up. So it did have its own season. It just didn't hit with other major hits for that year, such as Dragon Maid and My Hero Academia and other stuff.
Right. And I want to say that it just came out right after that. But that being said, if it had come out, I'm going to keep using the lingo in season. If it came out in season with these other big animes, I think that honestly, it would have gotten the same type of response, but it would have been more of a lighthearted feel, for everybody else. I just don't think that they would have been as harsh on the particular show as everybody is currently. But that's just, my
I
opinion.
do believe the hate train on it kind of just got into an echo chamber, and people are like, I don't like it. And people are like, you're fucking right. And it just echoed itself through.
That's why I'm the perfect critic,
Right.
because I know nothing about anime.
And yeah, exactly.
Well,
DJ
the craziest
isn't part
thing is,
of
too,
those,
like-
that world.
Yeah, right? Oh, yeah. Well, this is another thing, too. Like, just talking about, our particular time in news and culture right now. Had this anime been released 6 months, after when it actually was, if it was released currently right now, sexuality going on, like, I'm not touching that shit with a 10-foot pole. I'm sorry. I just feel like it's
consensual, Anthony.
I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that at all.
She wants to have sex with her brother. Okay.
Yuck.
Consensual
Yuck.
age play tsundere incest.
Yeah. Okay, and that's probably the best way to describe it is the age play.
Yeah, flagship title in the tsundere incest age play category of animes.
Okay. Well, so we talked about what
Also
we like.
the only one.
Anthony kind of shifted into the things that we don't like.
I got a list here what I don't like.
Before I let you get to yours, something I didn't really care for, and that kind of made me mad, made me frustrated, is that Sagiri doesn't grow. Like, she has very, very minimal growth. Like, the final episode, she's like, bye, I'm waving out my window, that's it. Still haven't left the house. Still pervert who gets to do whatever she wants. But that, she pulls down a girl's panties against the girl's
Yeah,
will.
they assault that girl.
Yeah,
they
assault that girl.
But she's down, so...
No.
She's like, you pulled off my
Afterwards,
panties.
she's a little bit down.
And she's like, here's some light novels.
Okay.
Get out of here. What I did wasn't wrong. And it's like, oh, that was absolutely wrong.
It was absolutely wrong.
Yeah, but in anime, assault is like...
Assault's
it's
a plot
fine.
point. But I mean,
Yeah, it's like they punched him in the face, but it's cool. Like, it's...
But I mean, like the thing is, even like certain, I feel like every character at least has the minimal definition, like a little higher than the minimal definition of growth, except Masamune, who's fucking white bread when he starts, and then he's white bread with butter on it.
Sagiri, I was gonna say Sagiri definitely grows more than the main character,
right?
Or the samurai.
Oh, absolutely.
No, Samurai grows because Samurai.
No,
all her growth is in one episode, but she grows.
Oh, seriously. Muramatsu's, she's my absolute favorite.
I like when she has no clothes on
underneath her.
That was funny.
Yeah, I
That
like
was funny.
no. I like when she's wearing the bikini on the beach at part 2.
Like 2 sizes too small. That was funny.
Yeah, I'm digging it. Digging it.
There were a couple of things as far as like translation
was in that episode.
There was a couple of things as far as like translation is concerned. Like, I'm not trying to like snob it up here, but but in certain words, like, I don't know if it was just the site that I was particularly watching mine on. There just some things as far as translation is concerned, like, wasn't really translating. Like, they use the same word for different meanings. Like I said, I'm pretty sure it was just the translation that I was particularly watching. So, I mean, on that end, I thought that they did okay.
I watched it on Crunchyroll, so I don't know.
I watched mine on Watch Cartoon. United States government, don't shut that site down.
Fuck!
Thank you.
That's the name of it.
I forgot to mention this with something I liked. There's that random ass scene where he like looks into.
Oh, I have something else too.
He looks into Sagiri's bedroom, and she's straight up just posing in the mirror with an AK.
Yeah.
She's trying to work on her battles.
Thug Life chose her.
Yeah. I know.
I've got some more. I like Elf's alligator death roll.
Oh, when she's like,
she does it. She does it a few times.
Yeah,
she does it a few times. When I see a cute girl, I can't help but want to see her panties. And my favorite character is the street cat.
The street cat.
There's one like cutaway shot where there's just a cat in the street for no fucking reason. They're just like in the middle of dialogue and they cut away to a cat in the street, and I'm like, that's my boy right there.
Okay,
cat.
What about Jogging Guy?
What about Jogging Guy? Has the best.
They cut to Jogging Guy a couple times. They only cut to Street Cat one time.
Dude, no, Jogging Guy
Cat only needs one appearance.
Well, because Jogging Guy, it tells a tale. He's working out, he's struggling, he's working out again, and then he dies of a heart attack. He trips and falls down. We never see Jogging Guy again. He died.
Street Cat is laying in the sun, and he only needs one appearance to show his whole story arc. He's living on them streets. Hopefully in season 2 we get to see, what maybe he's got a new home. Maybe he's living in a box now.
I'm hoping.
Episode 12 also. Episode 11 for me was the finale. Episode 12 was like an OVA that they kind of just added on.
Right. Episode 11 was kind of.
Well, episode 11 was like, I sold the book. Here. Oh, by the way, episode 11 also has a cameo appearance of the main cast from My Little Sister Cannot Be This Cute.
Right.
They're riding up the escalator talking about his book.
Oh, okay.
And then he looks back, and that guy looks back at him going, thanks, your book's going to let me fuck my sister. Because that happens. Spoiler for My Little Sister Can't Be This Cute. The sister wins. They get married at the end.
Oh, no. You know what? I think I remember you telling me that, and I was the entire time I was like, "Oh, please, no, please, Jake, no, please, don't let this happen."
What happens in the last 2 episodes after they go to the beach?
Well, his book gets published, and it's a moderate success.
Yeah.
And then the last episode's just fan service. They play a Twister, and
I remember that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they introduced the Jujinsi. Yeah, they should have done that in episode 1. Okay, you're talking about
where she's drawing,
like it's an actual porno bag.
Yeah, he's like, stop it, no. And she's like, I'm doing it. My mom taught me how.
And then she, well, no, she draws the anatomy wrong. Like, he's like, that's
not
what a penis is.
I loved how they had to ask Megumi what a dick looks like. She's the only one that's seen a dick.
And then
this
find
one
out she
was
doesn't.
for me.
Yeah, but what a payoff, right? Because way back in the beginning, she says, "I've seen a dick before," and then they pay that off.
Right, and she's just making up the fact that she's dating a 20-year-old guy. She's not. She's not.
She's seen a dick before.
No.
Okay, Anthony, go into how you'd fix this, and then we'll wrap it up.
Wait, I want to talk about what I don't like.
We'll let DJ talk about what he doesn't like.
It'll be fast, Anthony. I have already gone over most of this shit. Okay. No conflict, unrelatable characters, too much tsundere. Why is every girl in the anime a tsundere? Why? Why are all of them tsundere?
Because apparently I read the show.
Every single one of them is in love with him and doesn't want to tell him. Even the goddamn bookstore chick is in love with him and doesn't want to.
That was pointless.
It throws away the plot. Like, they're like, oh, you're in a contest with your favorite novel writer. She's gonna beat you, and then she's like, actually, I'm not gonna beat him because I give up. And you're like, what? Where did that plot point go?
Right.
Everyone shouldn't want to marry him, and then it struggles with a crisis of identity. Like, it starts out as a anime about this dude who's writing light novels to pay the rent, and it turns into a harem anime halfway through. And if they would have stuck with the beginning theme, it would have been way better. Like, you let him write his novels. Maybe it's a love triangle between his little sister who's in love with him and Elf who's in love with him. Maybe you go with just Elf. Maybe you go with just his sister. Any of those things I think would have worked if they don't try to switch it to a completely different type of anime halfway through, and they stick with the plot that they've made. You can take that theme and make conflict in it without like having to do too much. You can have them, like maybe there's a bit, you could have a Christmas episode and they're like, oh, how are we going to pay for everyone's gifts? And you can bring everyone in and have them give them all these gifts, and maybe Sagiri draws them all like lewd pictures of themselves or something like that. There's lots of interesting things.
Yeah, it would.
There's lots of interesting things you can do with this anime that doesn't have a lot of characters or a lot of stuff. Like, they could go to conventions and he has to sign all the autographs by himself because she won't come out of her room, and you can slowly develop the fact that she's becoming more and more social, or slowly develop their relationship, or slowly develop him and Elf's relationship, whatever it is. You can take that and you can put plot in this story and make it work, but they decided to not do that. You can put a conflict in it. The whole thing where he's in the battle royale of writing was a great plot point if they wouldn't have shat it away in 1 second, right?
Right.
That you can have this anime with plot and with conflict, and it's good. It doesn't matter if he marries his sister, if he wants his sister, if he wants Elf, or if Elf's not in it and it's just a sister. It doesn't matter. The important part is that you have to have interesting events, interesting conflict that's happening, and let it develop and not just throw it away in 1 second.
Right.
Real quick, Anthony, before you go into fixing it.
Never let him talk.
We're just like, we beat down Anthony.
But one more thing.
But one more thing, Anthony. No.
I'm gonna let you finish, Anthony. But
Taylor Swift had the best album. No, I'm just kidding.
I wrote a quick thing in my notes of episode 11 that kind of will touch on not what you're going to say, but kind of lead into fixing it. But I wrote, man, I really wish Masamune was a better character. This could have been a cool show about two roommates who work on a light novel together. One's an introverted NEET, the other one's a normal person. A heavy focus on the actual process of writing the novel and meeting the characters in the business, giving it kind of a new game feel, would make it interesting. New Game is anime about them making a video game, and it's very into the process. I thought that'd be cool, but instead we're left with a half-ass romance between step-siblings with much better love interests and side characters. And the main character, as I've said before, is white bread. So, okay, Anthony, walk us into how you'd fix this.
Perfect. So you summarized exactly how I would start by fixing this show. I thought that everything that we've listed, what the show did right, you just expand on those particular things. The biggest thing that I would fix, first and foremost, is Masamune's character. First, you would make him more aware. The fucker writes light novels. Why is he not more aware of his character? That is gold to me. I think that if you expand his character, he absolutely knows that he's in and is a main character of, holy shit, I'm in a light novel. I am a main character in a light novel. That's how you fix it, number one. And you just crank that up to 11. I think that the best part about ReZero is when Subaru first gets there, he knows that he's the hero. And after a while, you can see him start acting, kind of erroneously. He just increases his type of character. Like when he's standing in front of Amelia, and it's like the second or third time that he's dying, and like he's like, ho, don't worry, Amelia, I'm going to save you, la la la. Like that's it makes his character
gets a quick dose of reality.
Exactly.
Wait a second, I'm not the hero.
Exactly, but it makes his character so much better. And I think that that's where this anime suffers. So in order to fix that, we're going to crank Masamune's character up to 11. Not heightening these wimpy type of traits, but the traits where he understands that he's in a light novel series, and now he's the protagonist. The second biggest thing, I mean, this is probably even bigger than Masamune's character, change the relationship. I don't give a shit. Just change the relationship. I think that making them related, it just skeezes me out, and I think that it takes away from the plot itself. So I think that if you change that immediately, and this is how you do it, you start off by having these two characters who are ridiculously close. You can do that same exact thing where their
origin story wasn't bad.
Exactly, right? Perhaps they grew up together, or perhaps that they've just moved together or live in the same city. Biggest thing, keep Sagiri as an otaku, she's a shut-in. She's the one that's going to be the shut-in, not the other way around. I think that keeping that the exact same is perfect. Crank up the ages just a little bit. Keep them both in high school, first years in college, something like that, in order to make it more relatable. That's the biggest thing, is I want this to be more relatable. I remember what I was thinking about at 12, and I can tell you right now, wasn't fucking writing light novels. When I was 12, are you serious? No, I wanted to throw rocks at my little brother. To make it more relatable.
That's terribly violent.
To make it more relatable, you just crank up the ages just a little bit. Make them live in the same building. She lives, and it is a codependent relationship. I'm trying to think like some of the best codependent relationships, but this is that's the best way to do it. And to make it even more, you keep all of you keep all of the relationships pretty much the same when it comes down to Elf and Muramasa. But you introduce that motherfucker, what the hell was his name?
Shido? The other author?
Shido.
Guy.
Other guy. You introduce other guy almost right away, and you find out that he has this weird, creepy thing that he believes that not Muramasa, but Masamune is gay. That's hilarious. That entirety, I loved every second of that. Keep in the same plot, and then you fix it finally with the conflict. I want a tournament arc. And I want it, and I want it in the style of a big writing showdown. And you keep that the exact same. Signed Uramanga Sensei, you end it just like that. They perhaps get, you move along their relationship as Sagiri and Masamune can actually grow as characters. So where you see that Sagiri is actually pulled out of that otaku lifestyle, and she's actually pulled outside, and where they do go and experience these things. What I didn't like about Uramanga Sensei is that Masamune is always bringing up these different things. Let's go to the beach. No. Let's go to a hot spring. No. There was all these things that he's trying to grow as a character. And I believe that if you were to just change a few small details in that show, you would absolutely have a pretty decent anime. When it comes down to it, I think that the plot itself of the original show, before I get crucified in saying this, I think that it was good. I think I stand up to the fact that if it was released during or in season, I think that it would have been not quite as kind of hate trained. But with these changes itself, I think it would have been a pretty big contender to anime of the year.
Okay. I think the only character that you desperately needs changing is the main one.
Yeah.
Also, I'd like to add that Muramasa and Masamune or whatever, that's way too close of a character's names, by the way.
They bring that up.
I have no fucking clue. I have no fucking clue which one they're talking about when they write it on the screen. I don't speak Japanese.
He says it. He says our names are weirdly close in one.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember our pen names are really close. He says it, right? Yeah.
It's the ship.
But it's like he's the only one that is really have a problem. And I think if he had more to do, it would improve his character. I think you could almost leave the anime the same and just give them more to do, you know? And I don't know whose fault it is that it has no plot. Like, it could be the writer's fault or the director's fault. Usually with stuff like this, it's the studio is involved in some way, and there's like a director, a producer, or a showrunner that is really fucking things over. I don't know much about animes, but a lot of times it feels like they're written week by week, almost, right?
Right.
Or they're made week by week.
Like,
no, they're made in one go.
Okay, because I mean sometimes it feels like that. Like they'll just throw a filler arc in out of nowhere because. Like with Yu-Gi-Oh! Like in the middle of Battle City, they throw in a filler arc. It's like they knew they had to fill time, so they threw it in.
Well, see, with popular shonen manga such as Yu-Gi-Oh!, Naruto, they catch up. The episodes catch up to the source material. So the author of the manga, he's like, well, I'm still writing it, and so they have to give him time to write more of the manga. So they're like, oh, let's write some original stories here.
They throw something in.
They throw absolute
and
nonsense
you can tell, like, and I mean, it feels like the end of the actual book was him winning this competition, and they just went their own goddamn way with it or something. Like, I don't know whose decision it was to not have them do anything in this whole anime, but I'm certain it wasn't like any of the, you know, the people who actually cared about it and put effort into it. I think it was somebody who was like just wanted a money grab, and they were like, make it as fast as you can or something like that, so they didn't have time to write, you know. I would blame the writers for the fact that there's nothing, like, but I don't know if it's their fault. Like, I thought of that Christmas episode on the goddamn spot. It's not hard, okay? It's not hard to give a character something to do. Maybe he learn to fucking cook for all I care, all right? Give him something to do. He does nothing.
I thought, like, what I hate is, so Elf cooks that meal for him, right? And she's like, well, now I know how to write a character who feels happy when they cook a meal and the person enjoys the meal. I thought they were going to go with that. I thought Masamune was going to start doing shit. And he's
start doing cool stuff?
Yeah.
That would be fantastic.
But instead, he's like,
give him some depth.
He's like, well, what do I know? I know that I love my sister. I'll write a book about that. And it's like,
oh, yeah.
Learn some other shit, dude.
Let me just write about the thing that...
they dance around...
I've already beaten the audience over the head with.
Oh, yeah. They dance around the fact that, you know, he's, like, not passionate about what he's producing. They do that. They do that throughout the entirety of the show until he starts writing the show about his sister. You know, that's what I want. I want more of the depth. Show me why this guy was once a popular online author and now he's not, because he's publishing things that he's just not happy with. I want to understand why. Also, give him more depth. Like,
just go into him more. I agree.
Exactly.
I think it fails. A lot of it is because he has nothing to do. You know,
right.
They don't. If he was doing things, you would have reasons to be able to talk about him more. You know, if he would be. It's just, you're right. It's like, why is he in this slump? What's he gonna do to get out of it? They don't fucking care. They just leave him in the house and let him wallow. It's terrible.
Exactly. My biggest fear with this is that, you know, even though we are breaking this down, let's say, for instance, you know, somebody that did work on the anime is kind of hears this and says, you know what? It wasn't supposed to be that. It wasn't supposed to be deep. It wasn't supposed to be any of that. It was just supposed to be satire. That's what it was supposed to be.
Satire has plot.
I mean, that's a possibility all in itself. It could be a satire of the other works that this author has done.
Right.
Even if it was supposed to just be smut, I like my smut with a little bit of plot mixed in. All right.
Exactly.
Give me something.
Dude, I mean, like freaking Keijo, a show about people hitting each other off things with boobs and butts, had plot, had
the
conflict,
boobs, butts, fighting
had stakes,
exactly,
had character growth, had interesting characters. What the hell? This show couldn't do it.
You could succeed in your Tsundere Incest H play anime if you gave all those characters something to do. Like they just don't do anything. Right. And it's a rich world of authors of light novelists. I'm sure they do a bunch of shit. I don't think they're all like him and do nothing and sit in their house all day. I'm sure they're very busy people that do a bunch of shit. Have them do light novel people shit. Yeah, have them go to conventions. Have them have to shop for
right. Yeah.
He goes to a convention. Or the Christmas episode could happen. He fucking have him go trick or treating. You know lots of shows use Christmas and Halloween's episodes as a cop out to make more fucking plot. Right? Do it. Right? Mm-hmm. He could lose his publisher, and now he's got to get a new publisher. Right? Yeah. There's lots of fucking conflict you can put in a guy that just writes books. He doesn't have to be saving the world.
That's what it was.
You know. He could lose his publisher. Now he's got to find a new publisher.
Right.
So anything like that.
Okay.
Maybe he starts writing under another. Maybe he like collabs with another artist, and then she gets really mad at him. So she collabs with another artist, and then it's
right. There was so much
season about that shit.
Yeah, there's just so much
where they're collabing with other authors.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Before we, I feel like we've talked really in depth on this for quite some time. Before we go on there, really quick, did anyone else think that the book that he was going to write was going to be called Arrow Manga Sensei?
No. And I thought it was stupid that the book is the fucking anime we're watching.
Right. Well, that's the cute. My sister can't
be this cute. Yeah. I thought it was going to be. Yeah. It's the cutest sister in the world was the title of that.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna end spoilers.
Real quick, Lolita is a better. If you wanna read something about a dude banging an underage girl, Lolita, classic novel about a dude banging an underage girl. If you think this shit was bad, this was bad. Lolita,
this was, still light.
It's a classic novel because it's beautifully written, but it also fucks with your brain because you're reading this beautiful language that this amazing author wrote, and you're like, "This is the worst shit I've ever read in my life. This is horrible." Like a lot of novels, like classic novels, had really they were really controversial back in the day because it dealt with really controversial topics. Like Jane Austen, she's going against the social stratification.
Yeah.
Jane Austen's going against the social stratification of Britain. What? But nowadays, who gives a shit, right? Not Lolita. Lolita was really, really
controversial then. It's controversial now.
It's really controversial now.
Okay, we'll move on from there.
I want a sign. I want to make a sign for this next part.
Hold on.
I did draw something.
Hold on. First we're gonna. Okay, so we're gonna wrap up the spoilers and we're gonna move into final thoughts. So I'm gonna throw up the spoiler tag. Spoiler tag's gonna end here. The link's gonna lead to right here. And that's the spoiler. And so we're going to go into our final thoughts. This is spoiler-free final thoughts, and we're going to rate the show. The ratings we're going to give are one of three things. The worst being trash. We didn't like it. We saw no redeeming factor in it. It belongs in the trash. People were right to put it there. The second option is the middle option, and that's the recycling bin, where we ourselves didn't quite enjoy it, or we did enjoy it a little bit, and we see why people would like it, and there is some merit to it. The final one is a find, and when we describe a find, we believe that show was good. The hate for it was unjust, and people should watch it, and it should go on your to-watch list. So I'll go ahead and I'll start us off. I was expecting just utter garbage with no redeeming features. I did not get that. While I did not myself enjoy the show to its full potential, there was some stuff like the fan service of the characters that took me out of it. The comedy, on the other hand, whenever not focused on that fan service, was actually decently funny to me. While characters at points were super bland, they were fun. Elf is an all-around character I like. The potential love interests are kind of iffy, and the relationships really don't make that much sense to me. Masamune starts off as bland and starts off super bland and ends with someone putting a pinch of salt on him. He worked better for reactions instead of as a main character. Though, like I said, the comedy did really hit me. In certain parts, I love the physical comedy. I thought the running jokes were well done and put in good places. So I'm putting this in the recycle bin. If you want to watch it, watch it. If you have no interest in watching it, don't put yourself through it. Just like if you want to watch this show, go ahead and watch it. But if you don't want to, don't bother.
Sweet.
Okay, final thoughts. Spoiler-free final thoughts. It is a very boring anime. Its skeleton. It has the skeleton of a very good anime, but just that's it. Only the skeleton of a really good anime. The rest of the body is very, very boring. It could have been much better. It has the potential of being much better if simply the characters were given more things to do. Because man, do they not do anything at all. I'll put it in the trash, the garbage.
Dude is putting in the trash.
It's hot. It's a hot dumpster fire.
A hot dumpster fire. Wow. Okay, so something to follow there.
But I mean, it's potential, but bad.
Yeah. I feel like if, the lightheartedness of the anime itself, not speaking to content, I liked the comedy, in most points when I was watching it, it really did make me laugh out loud. I honestly did. It was a refreshing, comedic view on a very controversial topic that I think that they did absolutely wrong. I think that as far as character and plot direction, they absolutely it was such a huge missed opportunity that I think they could have done a ridiculous, if they had actually put in a little bit of effort. And just to DJ's point, earlier, I think that if they did their research just a little bit more, either that or added character depth, they're just small little tweaks that honestly would have made the anime worth recommending. The way that I ultimately feel about it is that this probably goes in the recycle bin for me. This anime is not one that I would probably recommend to everybody, but I would just recommend just watching it for that reaction. It's just one that populates up on our anime that like, hey, do you remember that trash? Go check it out for yourself, but it definitely ends up in the recycle bin for me.
They're both maniacs. It's garbage.
Well, no, I mean, like you said it before, it's made for the audience that it's made for.
Yep.
So that's how come, there's that merit to it.
If it was an essay that I got, I would give them an F and ask them to revise it. I would write.
I'd give them a C.
I would put my teacher comments on it, and I would be like, "Good ideas. This needs to be rewritten."
Well, yeah.
And I would hand it back to them. No, expand, and I would hand it back to them with no score.
That's my favorite thing to receive from professors. Expand.
Okay, so that was us diving into Arrow Manga Sensei. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to go into our anime of the season. And our anime of the season brings us into the world of underground death battles, illegal betting, and anime furry girls. We're going to dive into Killing Bites.
Final thoughts on Killing Bites. Best anime ever made.
So, we're doing our final thoughts first.
No,
but I absolutely do not think so at all.
Let's talk about the first 30 seconds of the
Give
anime.
me a second. Let me go through the background of it, and then I'll let DJ wants to talk about it. We'll let DJ lead us on.
Yeah. It's like a High School of the Dead type of thing.
This is based off the manga series written by Shinya Murata, who also wrote Arachnid, which I'm not sure what that's about, but the art for it looked really cool, so that might be on my plan to read. It's produced by Linden Films, which produced works such as Terraformers and Akahisek Records of a Bastard Magic Instructor, talking about stupid names. There you go, DJ. And it's directed by Yusuto Nishikata. And my anime list had no other entries for this guy, so I'm assuming it might be his first. So, all right, DJ, lead us off.
The first 30 seconds of Killing Bites. First of all, terrible fucking name.
Are we spoiling? Are we putting up a spoiler again?
Yeah,
because this is big.
I'm going to throw up the spoilers for Killing Bites because Killing Bites, it's currently airing, so we're just going full on spoilers with it.
Right on.
The first 30 seconds of this anime has more ancillary characters than the entire 12 episodes of Arrow Manga Sensei. The first 30 seconds of this anime.
Those characters have more drive and depth than
They do. They do. They have more motivation.
It's hilarious.
More goals in life.
Go ahead, Anthony.
The first 30 seconds, it was so tough. It was so tough. That was very tough to watch. The first 30 seconds, I watched it admittedly later than I did Uramanga Sensei, so I got to sit on Uramanga Sensei and then come in super fresh to Killing Bites. And holy shit, I wish that I had done it in reverse. I absolutely do, because that was... First 30 seconds, I'm thinking to myself, like, "Oh God, we're really pushing the limit of what I find to be."
It has an advantage over Eromanga Sensei in the fact that this anime creates plot by itself really well. It's easy. It's very easy to give these characters in this anime something to do, because the plot of the anime, the theme of the anime, almost generates the conflict, generates the events of the anime by itself. You know, it's like. You don't really have to put much thought into it, because it's an advantage that it has over Eromanga Sensei. But that being said, it's still fucking easy to think of something for a light novel writer to do. Just because thinking of fucking animals for a honey badger chick to fight is easy doesn't mean that it's hard to think of things for a light novel writer to do. I can think of shit for both of them to do very easily. It's not that hard.
Well, you know, admittedly,
Killing
like
Bites
rolling into... I don't know. I am on the fence about this. I'm going to need to see more. I'd say within the first 3 episodes of what we've watched. No way. False.
Okay, for me, because I haven't said anything about this yet, the fact that it opens up with a guy who is like, "You guys said you wanted to pick up chicks," and they're like, "We are."
Yeah, we are.
Yeah,
They're abducting this girl, and they full on say that they're gonna rape her. And that guy's like, "I can't do it."
He's gonna get a turn.
And then he stops the car. He's like, "I can't do it." And then she's just like, "Hey, drive to this location." He's like, "What?" And she goes, "Yeah, they're all dead." And then it shows like their heads like completely turned around, dismembered. I was like, I love comeuppance, and I love that it happened instantly.
Main character, him stopping that car, you know, deciding that he wants to put his foot down and not rape this girl with his friends.
Yeah.
Already more character development than the entire 12 episodes of Very Long Sentence.
Well, okay, so the main character is one of the main characters is Hitomi Uzaki,
main character,
who's Honey Badger. And
there's Honey Badger.
Honey Badger don't care.
Or Hot Blonde, as we'll be referring to.
Hot white hair girl.
She's blonde. She's platinum blonde.
They call them platinum blonde in anime. Yeah, the guy is Yuya Namato, and I love him in the first 3 because we've watched the first 3 episodes of the show by now.
Yes, we.
I love him because freaking Honey Badger right off the bat goes like, you know, he's weak. And weak people know how to survive, so he has his merit to him.
Yeah.
And he does it. He like when the horned lizard girls show up. By the way, fucking cool way to do horned lizards.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, that was cool.
Horned lizard girls show up and start firing at the bunny girl. He doesn't Shiro from fucking Fate Stay Night it. He doesn't go, "I'll protect you." He goes,
"Right,
fuck, someone better go help her."
Someone better go help her.
He knows it. I think
she's like, "He would never cross me," and the lady's like, "You got to decide. You got to cross her." And he's like, I should probably ask her first."
She'll kill me if I say anything.
Why? It's a decision. If you don't decide now, you might die. And he's like, "Well, if I do decide now, I'll definitely die." So.
Yeah, exactly. So
at least he knows what he is. Like, I think that they really were just like, all right, heads he's this character, tails he's this character for the for his drive. Honestly, give me another blithering idiot, you know, as a main character.
So far, it does a lot right and a few things wrong. This anime. Yeah. It's got, you know, you got the main character that's like, "Oh, I'm touching a girl," which is every anime ever made, which gets annoying. Why can't we have somebody like, who's the guy in Sekirei that's like, "What's up? I got 2 bitches with me." Seiyo. Why can't at least one main character in any anime ever be like Seiyo, right? But if you're a main character, you got to be afraid when you touch a boob. You got to be terrified when you see a vagina,
you also,
right?
As a main character of an anime, must freak out and aim directly for boobs.
Yeah.
Because that way you
get
accidental touch.
Like,
I mean, it's been 3 episodes. They've had a lot of battle sequences. They were all pretty short, but they had a lot of them, you know, which is good.
They shout out their moves.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
So
talk
it's
about
like-
Dragon Ball Z. This is the best anime of all time. I'm
A
getting
problem
freaking-
is that they're a little short, these battle sequences, but there's a lot of them, so it makes up for it. Maybe hopefully in the future we get ones that are a little bit longer, like some longer, fights and stuff like that. There's a bunch of characters with huge boobs, which is great. They're all hot, which is awesome. The
It's
opening
uncensored.
is weak.
Yeah.
It's
That, I
uncensored.
was just about to
There's
say.
titties in the
kudos-
second episode.
Yep. Kudos to Amazon Prime. Kudos to Amazon Prime for pushing through an anime that got boobies in the second episode.
What a sneaky little fighter that one, huh? Hey, will you let me see? Look at my boobs. Ha! Impaled, motherfucker! Impaled.
It's so happy too.
What you
That was
get
my
for looking
favorite
at
part
boobs?
about that scene.
That's what you get for looking at boobs.
What I don't like is it's kind of taking the Goku type of approach. Like Goku's gonna win. Always. He's always gonna win. So I need at least by episode 6 or 7, Hitomi's gotta get she's gotta get hurt. Hitomi's gotta lose. She's gotta lose. Because there's no growth if she just continues to go around and it's like, Honey Badger don't care. Honey Badger's got the thickest hide on the planet. Honey Badger don't need any of this other bullshit.
I like it. I hopefully their relationship develops a little bit. Either and it's kind of iffy how it is going to develop because she's kind of like mean to him, So
Right.
maybe it's looking like he's getting these other girls. So maybe she'll get meaner and then he'll have his nicer chicks to fall
Yeah,
on.
he has bunny
Or-
girl.
Funny.
Yeah, or maybe she'll learn to be nicer and then they'll all be nice to him. Who knows how that's gonna work, but how those other two girls being with him are gonna affect her character, because in harem animes we see both sides. It's not that it's really a harem anime, but you see both sides. You see where the mean girl gets meaner because other girls are around, or she gets nicer because she's jealous. So you see both of that.
You get Tsugumi from Sekirei.
Yeah.
So who knows how it's gonna be?
Plugging
I
the
like it.
waifu,
I think
huh,
it's
Jake?
cool.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think you got a lot of this whole animal theme is ripe for
Oh
exploitation.
my god! I think that is great. It's almost like watching the Discovery Channel every now and then, where it's like,
Yeah.
the honey badger.
That's awesome. Yeah.
The
Yeah.
honey
You're like,
badger-
wait a second, how could she do that? And it's like, well, the honey badger, and you're like, oh, cool, yeah, cool.
It's like she's shooting lasers out of her eyes. What type of fucking the horn toad shoots blood
yeah.
out of its
Oh,
eye?
cool.
And you're like, oh, that's fucking cool.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
that was a weird part though. When they introduced the sisters, they were
Yeah, they were banging.
they were.
Fucking each other.
That's a little. Yeah.
Great scene.
I don't know.
Not weird. Great scene.
Okay.
Should have
I am
shown
not on
more.
the train with that.
Great
DJ's on
scene.
one side.
Should have
I am on
shown
the other.
more.
Nope.
Let's lengthen that scene by about 5 minutes. Go full nudity on it.
Yeah. Thanks again, Amazon
Full
Prime for
penetration.
show.
Animal people
Yeah.
fight. Back to penetration.
Talk about a good show. At least show their titties while they're on top of each other. I mean,
Yeah.
come on, give me something.
I think that they're going to continue the season. They're going to tease out Hitomi. They're never going to show it. They're never going to go full
They're
on.
absolutely going
Dude,
to show it in some
I don't think. I don't think
crazy
so. I think
scene.
they're going to drag that out.
I will be fine with them never showing Hitomi nude because Hitomi has given us the rare and blessed underboob.
Oh yeah, so much underboob. Also, how does a high school girl have a body like that?
Because she's mixed with the honey badger.
Fair enough.
Because she's genetically altered.
I want
Next
her
week,
relationship with that bird chick to develop a little bit, if you know what I mean.
I
Nudge,
love,
nudge, lesbian relationship.
I love the after credit scenes
Cheetah?
of that
Yeah.
of her just
Yeah.
being like, "Hey, look over here," and she's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
"Oh, yeah."
No, the bird, yeah. Or the
honey
cheetah
birds,
too.
like-
I think.
like
I
the
hope.
bird.
Hopefully, she makes out with the bird and the cheetah.
Dude, Cheetah Girl stole
And
her
the bunny.
panties in the second episode.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Okay.
Awesome.
So, for me, when a main character sees cleavage in anime and they're like, "Oh no," that's a stupid reaction. When he straight up sees her vagina and he goes, "Oh my god," that's a legitimate reaction.
Yeah, she's not wearing any fucking panties.
It's like, "Oh my."
He is okay. Like when he sees the flasher girl's boobs too, he's like, she's like, no, look at them, and he's like, all
Okay.
right, and he looks at him.
Right.
Yeah, he
That's what you want.
like I said, I like him a lot because he knows what he is, and he straight up acts like a person would act in these situations. Except for driving
Yeah.
his friend. I don't think I'd drive my friends around if they were like, "Hey, we're gonna go kidnap girls." No.
Right. Hey, Jake. Hey Jake, when did you get this? When did you get this van? Shut up, Anthony. Start driving for us. Oh, okay.
Maybe he was afraid they were gonna like attack him or something.
That's true.
And like he had to wait till the final moment. He just couldn't do it anymore.
But I mean, like he gets out of the van and throws up because of the bodies back there, and you're like, people don't see that. People don't do that in anime. Like
they don't.
And then he runs away from her. He's like, I got to get out of here. Mm-hmm. And then because there's bodies and there's this crazy girl who makes bodies and he's great. I also love that he's on crutches.
Mm-hmm.
Like
because he got hurt.
Yeah. People
like
get stabbed, and then they're like, and then the next episode they're like, they put a bandage on. They're like, damn, man, I wish I didn't get stabbed. And he's like, fuck, I'm on crutches for at least 4 more episodes.
Yeah, I like him the best. I think I agree with Anthony.
Yeah.
With the fact that the main character's like, so far she's beaten everybody, so it's like, wah, wah, wah. But she did need help from the bunny to beat those 2 girls. So hopefully that's going in a better direction with her winning every fight.
Yeah. I hope so too. I'd say that my overall prediction for the season is probably I don't foresee this getting renewed. I'm gonna break some hearts here.
Absolutely, it's getting renewed. So good.
I agree. I disagree.
Anthony, my prediction for this, because we haven't gotten to the tournament arc of it yet.
The chess game.
Yeah, the chess game. My prediction for this is at the end of this season, I'm putting this as a find. I am loving this. I am loving this.
I don't know.
It's
too early. I'm going to categorize this in a new category for us. I'm going to put it under ripe. This anime is ripe right now. I'm not going to put it.
Like if you found an apple in a trash can and you ate it,
you were like, "Hey, this one's still good. This is still good.
It's a good apple, Anthony.
No,
good apple.
This is ripe. This one is ripe. It has not been picked yet.
It's good. I think it's gonna get better. It might shit the bed like most anime do.
Oh, last episode they could fight a giant fucking like Hydra person, and then I'd be over it.
Komodo dragon guy.
Right.
I
who knows, dude?
Yeah.
With some animes, it's like, God, like they could like go all the way through this tournament arc and like get to episode 11, and then they're like, oh, by the way, her dad is a monster. He's a Hydra. We gotta fight him. Like. They love to rush those endings and just shit the bed. They love to rush those endings.
The foreshadowing with the character that Leo brings up in the car when he's riding with the bitch. What does he say? Shoot, I can't even remember.
Yeah,
but it's like
we have epic, blah blah blah.
Right. There goes your foreshadowing right there. Like, of course, I wonder what's going to happen in the next couple of episodes.
No, I don't think that guy shows up until the tournament.
You don't think so?
I don't think that guy's going to show up till the tournament.
I also want to know.
I also didn't get the feeling that guy was supposed to be stronger than Leo. I got the feeling that was just the person they were planning on using in the chess game.
Oh, I absolutely got that.
Because she's like, who are we using in the chess game? And he goes, we're using this guy.
It's because like that team is going to be her, Leo, and then that guy that they mentioned.
Holy crap, what if their team is lions, tigers, and bears?
Oh my.
Yeah,
that one.
Fucking nailed it. I'm pretty sure that big dude's a bear, though. Or he's a Wolverine.
No,
he looks a lot like
like Fat Hugh Jackman.
Absolutely, yeah, right. He's a Wolverine. He's got to be Fat Hugh Jackman. That's what he is.
Because that other dude's a bear.
Yeah,
and that kid with the bear had like powers too.
Yeah, he jumped like he dodged her, and she's like, "Where the hell?"
I mean,
and he's up in the tree.
I think it's good so far. Any anime that hasn't finished all the way has the potential of shitting the bed in the last one.
Right there. Yeah.
I mean, Fate Zero.
Screw you. Fate Zero ended fine. You have this. You wanted them to fight a giant monster on the end.
You know what they could have done with that? If they would have given that ending 2 more episodes, it would have been so much better.
I think that they extended that ending by too much. I think that it just went on for too much. I think that
this anime this podcast is not about Fate Zero.
They would have extended that anime by 2 episodes. That ending.
Crappy anime.
I mean, I love Future Diary to death, but it's the same thing. They would have extended that ending by 2 episodes. It would have been way better.
Oh, did you know
you need time to flesh stuff out.
They dubbed
you need time to flesh stuff out. Yeah. That's cool. You need time to flesh stuff out. In anything that ends too quickly like that. And I don't think any anime does it perfect. Either it drags in the beginning or it rushes the end. Almost every anime does. Or it drags all the way through. The animes that don't suffer from the rushing the ending epidemic, just drag all the way through. Like,
I don't know.
Dragon Ball Z doesn't Dragon Ball Z doesn't rush its ending, but it sure as hell drags all the way through.
You really got to watch My Hero Academia.
Yeah, yep. I know My Hero Academia is doing
Fury
it
on Ice
right.
is, in my opinion, almost perfect. But even then, those last few episodes get you fast. They come fast. He's at the tournament. The tournament is over. Blah 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 blah. It hits you fast. If they would have given that episode one more episode, that anime one more episode, you would have been able to really flesh out that tournament and have a way better time with it. No anime is safe from the rushing of the final episodes.
No anime is safe from
fucking Sekirei. The list goes on and on.
Okay.
No anime is safe from the dumpster dive.
So we know. So we've discussed that. We're going to continue watching Killing Bites as it airs. Okay, so I'm going to take off the spoilers there. Try not to put anything about Killing Bites there. So it's about time we wrap up our first podcast, and by announcing what we're going to be watching in 2 weeks. What we're going to be watching these next 2 weeks, and we're going to talk about in 2 weeks.
Me and DJ don't know.
Yeah,
this is going to be the first for both of us. So
here you guys go. We're going to be watching an anime.
Please, dear God, be good.
Oh. It's a dumpster dive, DJ.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
This anime was just destroyed by our anime for its visual style, its
God,
its art style, its angle, its just camera angles, and its plot. This anime decided to glorify the most lewd of public interactions with holding hands. The anime we will be watching is Handshakers.
Handshakers.
How's that name?
I'm not excited about the fact that you said the art style is bad.
Yeah. I can't stand that. Yeah.
That's something that can just kill it. I mean, you could take any good film and make the cinematography bad and the angles off, and it turns it into a horrible film.
Yep.
So.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I got a 5.7 on my anime. Okay, I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm not ugh.
Yep. So we will be watching Handshakers.
That's gonna kill it. It's gonna kill it.
And we're gonna
the art style and camera angles are just gonna kill it for me. I already know.
And
I think that if it's not as bad, can we revisit? I'm going to talk to you about an anime. I hope that we can go back and revisit. So,
Valkyrie Drive Mermaid.
No.
DJ, you just spoiled 4
because I'm gonna go punch. I'm gonna go punch God. I hope that that's number 10.
Oh, it's so bad. It's so bad.
Which one?
I'm gonna go. Demon King Daimon.
No anime is safe, guys. Demon King Daimon starts out pretty okay.
First 3 episodes of
it breaks
okayness?
Okay.
It stays good because I love it right now. Hopefully it stays good, but no anime is safe. So.
Yep. Okay. So, like I said, in 2 weeks we will be talking about Handshakers and diving into episodes 4 and 5 of Killing Bites.
Pretty fast.
All right. You can catch our website. You can catch our podcast on our YouTube channel, Anime Dumpster Dive, and you can also find us on Twitter. You can find me under fake Jake H, fake_Jake H, and you can find DJ under _it's DJ.
Yeah, I was gonna make a joke about my Twitter handle, but you already told them all my real one.
Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say I'm a Hego Queen 45.
I'm a Hogo guy. Hogue.
Yeah, a Hegao Queen 45. No, it's _it's_DJ.
There you go.
Yep.
And then Anthony doesn't have one.
Yes, I do. I've got a Twitter.
Do you?
Yeah, dude, I've got a Twitter. I've had a Twitter since 2008.
Plug your Twitter.
Like Surfer Boy.
My Twitter is twitter.com/Tony Canoni.
Good luck spelling that, asshole.
TonyKononny. Just if you really needed to tweet at me.
Okay. All right. Thanks for listening.
I love you. I love you.
Bye-bye.
DJ, flip me off.
I did.